Hi, I'm Jay, this is Dave, and we're back for another Dave and Jay show. And this time I want to talk about another blast from the past for our Prime Minister. Yeah. Once again, he's been caught with his pants down. In this case, with a black face.
Okay.
Anyway, I want to remind our viewers, Dave, that this is not the first time that he's begged for forgiveness. You know, this is not the first time that he's said things like, this is unacceptable, it's embarrassing, and he's not even talking about something a conservative candidate said or did. He's talking about himself. And this, you know, we had Gropegate, where he forgot all about the fact that he inappropriately touched a reporter out in Creston, British Columbia a number of years ago. Then we had Elbowgate in the House of Commons, where he was so upset one night, there was a vote, he runs across the House of Commons chamber and elbows an NDP, female NDP member in her chest. Then he had to profusely apologize, say that was a learning moment for him. And then, you know, thank you for your donation. He was at a Liberal fundraiser, $1,500 a plate Liberal fundraiser. And there was a protester there from the Grassy Nations First Nation. And what did he say to her when she was raising a legitimate question about mercury poisoning in their water supply? Thank you for your donation. He had to apologize for that and say, well, you know, like sometimes he gets carried away. And who will ever forget what he said to a disabled Afghan veteran when he said, you're asking for more than we're able to give now. He had to apologize for that. You know, so there's a pattern here where he's apologizing, and it's just come home to roost with this latest videos and photographs of him wearing blackface. He calls it makeup. I say it's actually despicable.
It is despicable. And in the news conference, he actually, it was an interesting defense he did of himself, where, as you said, he profusely apologized. But his excuse was, I'm a child of privilege. Oh. I'm a rich white kid, so
you got to feel sorry for him.
You can't blame me. I didn't see these black people around. Were there black people then? So
probably not at the private school he went to, I guess.
So you're right about his apology. And politics today seems to be that, Jay. It's not mastering the art of good judgment and good policy. It's mastering the art of an impassioned, you know, true to heart apology. People apologize for everything. And in this case, he went out of his way, though, to try to characterize this as something other than what it is. And he's getting some support from some Liberal supporters who pretty much say, come on, it's no big deal. But you get people of color who are looking at his track record of doing this over and over and over again, and they see a pattern, they see it very, very disturbing. So the idea that I'm rich and I'm privileged, you can't blame me. That kind of flies in the face of his whole, I'm here to defend the middle class.
Yeah.
You know, he obviously knows all about the middle class, he would tell you. So,
but he obviously doesn't know anything about the real world. Jay, if he thought even as recently as 18 years ago that this was acceptable behavior for a 29-year-old man, he wasn't a kid. My goodness sake.
No,
I mean, you know, and you're right about this. He says that because of his privilege, he has a blind spot. I guess his blind spot is also colorblind. I don't know.
But it's ridiculous. What they are, and we're finding this out more and more every time there's one of these things, these are empty words. They're only words.
Insincere.
He'll say the words because it's all scripted. He says the words. He does not mean them. He's a fake. He's a fake feminist. He's a fake gender equality advocate. He's fake about his feelings about racial minorities. He's fake. It's all fake, Jay. And this guy is going to have to be taken into account. Now, he did throw a couple of things out there when asked about, are there more?
Yeah. Are there more?
So he said, I love this quote. I'm wary of being definitive on that, which means he knows there's more crap out there.
Yeah.
This guy has a history of doing this. It's what he does. He makes fun of people. He belittles people. It's I don't want to say just the Liberal way, but it's the way of his clique.
Yeah.
Right?
And his personal way as well. Except that, with the media being so friendly towards him
Yeah.
and everybody wanting to cover up stuff like this, he's managed to hide this stuff for years. And that's one of the big questions that came out of this. How was it that this was never revealed during his vetting by the Liberal Party when he first ran in a by-election in
Absolutely.
Montreal, back in 2008? How was it that they missed it in 2013 when he was running to be leader of the Liberal Party? How did they miss it in 2015 when he led the Liberal Party in an election?
Sure.
So all these years later, this comes out. Like,
They all
this seems
knew.
a bit suspicious.
Oh, absolutely. They all knew. They're all
And they
covering their
Yeah,
butts to
exactly.
try to protect their magical little leader who is the son of Pierre Trudeau, and learn nothing. What he learned, though, was in the shadow of his father, around all those Quebec-based Laurentian elites, all the rich people that he hung around with, that's his term of reference. And I think it's showing more and more and more. He is not a man of the world. He's not a man of Canada. He's fake, fake, fake.
Exactly. If not this, Dave, what will it take to have the polls start to change where people are going to reevaluate voting for this man?
Yeah, it's about character. He's showing what he's really made of, and it's thin, it's hollow, it's shallow. The man is fake.
Subscribe and share, please. We got to get this to as many people as possible.
See you next time.